God is saying to you today, God, the creator of space and time, asks for none from us but love and patience. Child of God, you ever considered this? However, a lot of us have let that valuable time be stolen by the outside world. We forget that the creator of all things longs for a relationship with us, not out of necessity, but rather out of his desire to lavish his love upon us. Instead, we fill our days with diversion, allowing the busyness of life to drown out the still, small voice of the mighty, which is after transient joys, short-term gains, and earthly approvals. Can you fathom the extent of his love? Love so great that he sent his one and only Son to die in our place, bridging the chasm that sin had made between us and him? However, we frequently neglect to recognize this amazing talent in our business. We view our connection with God as an afterthought, something to be dealt with only after everything else has been taken care of. However, God is asking you, dear child of God, to go back to your first love. He's beckoning you to put him first and go for him wholehearted, both the spirit and the intellect. Many of us have become distant from our faith, not because we don't love God, but rather because we've let the worries of this world suffocate the very life from our spiritual journey. The Lord is telling us that nothing should come before a connection with him. Even though our time with him has become less vital due to our busy jobs, obligations, and even missions, it is now necessary for us to reorder our priorities. It's time to restore God to the top of our hearts. He belongs here appropriately. Our time together is more important than the amount of time we spend together. We can still create place for him, even during the busiest time of our life. We are still able to look for him in God, who is in charge of our future, is calling us to come near to him and sit at his feet, just like Mary did, in the quiet moments of the early morning or peacefulness of the night. Let us remember that our time on earth is nothing more than a whip ahead today and gone tomorrow. Will you answer God's call, child of his, and choose the better part we can never lose? Are you going to provide him the same amount of attention and affection he so desperately wants? You will find yourself more contented, peace, and in harmony with God's plan for your life by doing this, in addition to blessing him. In the name of God, amen. To become an esteemed part of our community with us, type Amen. If you believe in God, then subscribe our channel.